Hello degenerates and welcome back. We finally have who the next character is going to be, and that is the meddling maestro Rollet. She should be the next banner. Should be also pretty, well, quote unquote soon, in 3 days. So that is pretty nice, honestly. We will be getting 2 more banners. As usual, remember it's always 3 banners. 1 new and then 2 reruns. Hopefully it's not 2 new banners like Tig and Daya, because that was, in my opinion, too much, a lot of resources, and even for most people, and like, yeah, sure, you can get them long term, it's fine, but it's still super expensive for the people who, want to be spending and collecting. So hopefully it's only 1 banner and they are not doing 2 banners again, and it's only Rollet and then 2 characters that are gonna be just getting their journeys. That's it. Mad DPS magical backline witch. I don't think anything has changed from the Korean server, if I remember correctly. Rollet. Madness, back row, witch, DPS, magic damage. Nothing changes in here. Let's talk a little bit about her kit on the Korean server, how she works, and let's also show her skins, which is always the important part for this game, alright? What cute skins are we getting this time? She has a few skins. She has the one we will most likely be getting, this one, which is just a normal dress, and then she does have a battle made skin, but the battle made skin, it's a skin pack. So as usual, guys, with the skin packs, I don't think we're getting that, even though I would love to get that. Look at Kidian as a battle made. That is 10 out of 10. Look at Erpin as a battle made. I love these skins a lot. I would not mind getting this, but I assume what we are going to be getting instead, it's simply this one for now. Alright, so that's for the skins. Nothing interesting in there. Let's actually go over her kit and how she works, and also we'll check the journey on the Korean server. Important as usual, boys, this is the Korean server. It's different from global in a lot of situations. Most of the time it's pretty similar when it comes to the kits and the skills and how they work, but we have passives, our journeys are different, etc. So take it only as a reference. That's it. Let's go right here. Let's go into Namu Wiki, the Korean side, and let's go into the Madness Girls and find Rollet. There she is. So we will be showing the videos as a little bit of a comparison onto what the skills do, and hopefully the translations are decent, because you guys know the translations for these sometimes with Google Translate are so bad, bro, so bad. All right. So, translate to English, and we can start with the freshman skill. Applause Entertainer shoots a dove that deals area AoE magic damage to the enemy that's the farthest within the designated range when you perform the Pigeon Resurrection magic, whatever this is. The cooldown of 1 random upper grade, so that should be the senior skill, right? So does she has cooldown reduction for the senior skill on random allies? That is pretty good. Is it only for 1 ally? Yes, 1 random ally. It's random and it's only 1, but it still is probably worth grabbing for Elias Frontier for sure. If you can be reducing the cooldown of enemies, that is pretty nice. Sorry, the cooldown of the ultimates on the allies, that is pretty nice. Okay, so she does throw the pigeon, the dove, and then you have the AoE. That's pretty nice. Pretty cool. Damage itself does not look impressive, but the cooldown reduction does. 6.5 seconds is welcome. Even if it's only 1, like, this still helps a lot. The more you can spam your skills, the better, right? Then we have her senior skill. A trickster that captivates the audience. 36-second cooldown. Let's see, takes out a box and sends it to the enemy that's the farthest within the designated range. The box passes by, intriguing the surrounding enemies, so just taunting the enemies. When it reaches a target point, it explodes, dealing AoE magic damage and then stunning the player or the enemy. What is stunning? Okay, it does stun the enemies, and also it does taunt everyone. That is pretty nice. Anything that can take aggro away from your tank, for them to be able to sustain themselves and recover HP, usually is good. Usually, obviously, there is a lot of different, caveats and situations here, but as a rule of thumb, it's nice. Stun and damage apply up to 6 enemies. Oh, that is pretty good. I wonder if this will be useful in PvP. Like, up to 6 characters, you are stunning everyone, depending on where you throw it. That looks really good, right? So, we are talking about, at level 10, 912% magic damage. The curiosity duration, so the stunning itself, or like when they are chasing it, it's 4. And then the stun duration itself is 3 seconds. Okay, it does look pretty nice. I do like it. I do like that part of the kit. And it's also a backline, which is great considering the current state of MAD we have in global. because for the back, we are usually running, if we run anyone on the back, right? It's mostly Mayo. Belita is nice, but it's mostly Mayo who we run for raids. So it could be great to have finally like a good backline character for this team. And then we have her basic attack. Normal one is just, you know, a fireball that deals magic damage. And then the enhanced version, at a certain probability, it releases fireball that deals AoE magic damage and burns the farthest enemy with a designated range for 4 seconds. Let's see. Normal attack. And then enhanced version, it's a little bit of an AoE plus applying burn to everyone. Not only to the targeted hits, anyone on the AoE will be getting this burn damage. That is pretty nice. Okay, it's a cool kit. I do like it. I do like it. I don't know if she could be competing currently. The current Mad team is really strong. Nair is going nowhere. Your Chloe is going nowhere. Then you have obviously your Renewa, your Diana characters, even like Seized with their journey. It's, you know, really strong unit. So we'll see what's going on there. And then we have the aside itself right here, this ticket, which, let's see what it does. We obviously have the normal increase on stats in here. And then the A2, illusion is dominating the stage. Skill damage increases. After the start of a wave, recover your SP. The lower graded skill, so the freshman skill, activates one of the following effects on an enemy hit by the skill. Apply mutation to 2 random characters, so basically it will transform them, right? Like the potato in Potion. That is pretty nice. Up to 2 enemies. Reduces SP and stops base SP recovery. That is really good. And reduces attack power and attack speed. And this is a random one. Is it always to 2 allies, or is the SP and attack power to everyone on the AoE? We'll see. When performing the Pigeon Resurrection magic, the cooldown of your own senior skill is also reduced. Alright? I do like her journey quite a bit if we're getting something like this for ourselves too. It does help with the SP recovery. It will help a lot with the utility. She feels like a purely utility character. You bring her for that rather than the damage, or at least in the current meta for TRICKCAL. Because if we're talking about our math team, right? Let me load here the global server so we can go a little bit really quickly over what is the current team. There are a few characters we could be removing for her if she's bringing that much utility. There are a few you cannot remove, like for sure. Like Renewa cannot be removed. Chloe, well, is the only tank. You are not removing Nair at all. Yomi is so small, bro. Yomi barely fits in this green there. So there is like a few characters that would be hard to be removing. If I go here really quickly, just to be showing information, and we go into filter, map characters, and select all. At the moment, the mandatory quote unquote, if you have them, right? It's gonna be Chloe, it's gonna be your Nair, it's gonna be Renewa, it's gonna be Diana, it's gonna be Sis. You do have a spot you could be bringing her into. Like, I do genuinely believe you could be bringing, you know, one more backline here, and you're good. Or for people who do not have the Seized journey, because if you don't have the Seized journey, you can remove that. So it feels like she might be able to replace Shady in some situations because of the utility she's providing, and then keep Shady for bosses instead, while you are bringing now Rollet. But we'll see. It heavily depends on what her kit for the global server is and what they plan on doing with her journey for us as well. That said, that's basically everything for this one. As usual, boys, we are live almost every single day. Links in the description. We will be pulling for Rollet in 3 days whenever the kit does arrive in global, and we will be testing her live to update the website. That's it. I'm out. You guys have a great day. Good luck with your pool, dinner dates, and I'll see you on the next one.